Hello, this is Anders of the Simmywinnysears. We're doing a GPS ranking tier list for all the teams. I'm joined here with Devon from the Midvalley Meowths from PTG,
Hi, hello. Meow, meow, meow.
and I'm also here with Juliana from the Seattle Shiny Sylveons,
Hello.
who you guys will of course know. I'm also here with Ghost Steve, who's written up his own analysis of everyone's teams and is here with us in spirit, also from PTG.
The
So,
offline.
yeah. Firstly, before we do the tier list, we've had week one now. Devon won't know anything about this. Devon's going in blind. Juliana, do you have any comments about week one and the placements so far and everything?
It's really hard to say anything about week one because it's like the raw of your draft, basically.
Yeah.
So, and we had like a 20-person draft. So it was hard not to get sniped this draft,
Yeah.
especially for you.
I got sniped so many times it was unreal, which is to be expected, right? Because with 20 people, I literally had to wait. Well, 38 pick or that's stupid. No, it was 38 picks before I get to pick again or whatever every time, which is kind of crazy. So, but you got sniped quite a few times as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe twice.
Yeah,
But for the most part, I got the main ones that I wanted, so I was pretty happy with that.
yeah.
Yo, let me see that week one results again. I got some first impressions.
Okay.
Okay, we go slowly. I expect to see you at top.
Thanks. I appreciate the support.
Scroll down a bit.
I mean, the only other person you'll know here is Chicago
Jake.
Scrafties.
I want to know how Jake's doing. Where the hell's
Jake.
Jake?
Jake is number 14 for the moment with -5 differential.
Hey, number 14 out of 20 isn't bad. Good job, Jake.
Just a heads up with the differential, by the way, it's not like PTG where it's a single match. It's best of three, so differentials are more extreme. That's how I have a +11.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Um, so
Uh,
yeah, this is
yeah.
our
I would like to see Jake do more wins. So go, Jake. I believe in you.
Jake
There
had
we
a
go.
really good record last season. Actually, I think
Yeah,
um, he did
Jake
quite
is
well.
good.
Um, but yeah, another heads up for you, Dev, since you're from PTG like me. Let me have a look at the example team. They have a team sheet template. So you don't get as many mons as we do on PTG. So you get what, one, two, three, four, five, six. So you only get 7 mons in total. So only one more than you can actually have on a team, right? Uh,
What?
I
You're
know.
just trying to be a good team.
And
Oh,
you only get one S tier and one A tier, three B tiers and three C tiers. So if
It's
you
8, not 7.
is it eight? Oh, my maths is bad.
Yeah.
8. Okay, so 2 months left behind. Oh yeah, of course that makes sense. So if you have a look at the tier list, you can see like the stuff that's gone and where they've gone to. So this is the banned stuff. So you can see in S tier, there's quite a few big differences between this and PTG, by the way, Dev. So like you see all these mons in S tier, like Garganackle and stuff.
or it should have been.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
like Sliverwing is an A tier. Uh,
should have been.
but like, guess what? So Brute Bonnet is an S tier on PTG, which it shouldn't be in my opinion.
Mhm.
But it's all the way in B tier here. So there's some quite big differences between the
Oh, yeah.
drafts.
Like Bam and Vinny went in blind and just assigned things based on best guess. The
Yeah.
tier out wildly next season, so it's all good. It's all good.
All
I ain't
good.
gonna hold.
So anyway, the tier list itself is very much like Boston's tier list. I shall head up. I know you've watched the tier list video, haven't you? But I only watched. I watched mine. I watched Juliana's, and I watched Jake's ranking in the tier list video. But I didn't watch the whole thing. I just gave little bits of scans and had a look. I wanted to go in relatively blind for our ranking video. Um, so
Just
we would
want
be. Hmm?
y'all's tier. more than ours. I think there's some good tiers.
Yeah.
So as far as like the Pokemon tiering, sorry. Get to it. Yeah, I'm done.
So let's get started anyway. So let's start with the Black City Zekroms. Oh my god, everything is loading. What the hell? Anyway, so for the S tier, we have Chin Pao. A tier, we have Amoonguss. B tier, we have Amarouge and Alola Mola. Venomoth in the B tier as well. Mogrem C tier. SQ C tier. And Orico. How do you say that? Oricorio? Oricorio. There we go. In C tier as well. Great recovery with Amoonguss and Alola Mola. Both being regenerate mons, of course. And Arumage for Flash Fire to get the fire from Chin Pao and Amoonguss is kind of nice. Same with Alola Mola. Do you guys have any first impressions of this team?
Chan Pao's really good. Morgrim, I like having a prankster, and the prankster parting shot's really nice. Amoonguss is one of my favorite draft Pokemon. And beyond that, like, yeah, this seems like a pretty good team. Like, I've seen Armarouge do a lot of work. I've seen his top or their top few Pokemon, like the S, A, and what B tier.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all really impressive Pokemon, and I feel like they've got really solid synergy with the Amoonguss, Armarouge, Alomomola.
Yeah, Alomomola.
So, yeah, this seems like an A tier team to me.
Mm-hmm. I only have one issue in that.
Well,
I think unless you're bringing SQ, I think their offense is pretty much limited to Chin Pao and Rumage, because Amoonguss and Alola Mola, despite being hugely bulky, don't output that much damage at all, really. Venomoth can if you get Quiver Dances with its tinted wings, but you really are relying on setup.
Is Terra type allowed in this game?
Yes.
This
And any
Yeah.
type.
they got Venomoth. Venomoth is like a great Terra type user and will do work. Like one Quiver dance takes.
Especially for B tier as well. Does Venomoth still get Roost? Let's find that out. Pokemon Showdown. Yes, I'm using Bing, don't judge me. Okay, let's find out. Yeah. So, oh god, we're seeing teams. Okay, Venomoth. Does it get Roost still? It doesn't get. Oh no, no, it doesn't get Roost anymore. Oh, it gets Morning Sun. It gets Morning Sun, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's really nice. It's nice to have recovery. And if you actually look at its defensive stats, they aren't actually too bad. It's its typing that's always held it back defensively. So as you say, for Terra type, I probably shouldn't have closed that. It's fine. We can go back to it if we need it. Yeah, my one issue. So are you thinking? I do really like Chin Pao. That's the thing, and having 2 regenerator mods is insane.
You can't. Chin Pao is a single mon army, like literally with the teams. So the other team softened up even slightly. If they get off, they got any spike setters?
Toxic spikes from Amoonguss.
Rocks. We got rocks.
We don't have any rocks.
See, that's where this team.
That's a huge thing. We don't have any rocks, and we don't have any defog or rapid spin. No, not calculator.
It's defog, maybe.
I'm gonna check if I don't think Venomoth gets defog actually. It used to, but nothing gets defog anymore. So that's like if it doesn't have rapid spin.
Ice.
So does anything he have rapid spin? No, he doesn't have any rapid spinners. That's actually kind of that's actually a huge knock on the team, in my opinion.
So I feel like I wasn't wrong with the original. Like as much as like, well, no, I like B plus. He's got some power.
I was leaning towards A, and I'm now thinking B. I like Morgrim for Prankster. It's like a really good Prankster mon.
I think they're gonna just be bringing heavy duty boots Chien Pao every week.
Yeah. This really suffers for not having hazards. But not only not having many hazards, but hazard control.
They got some Pokemon that are weak as heck to rocks too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sylveons, what's your opinion? I haven't heard you
Yeah.
speak yet.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was just kind of taking in what you guys said. I definitely agree, and I did watch their ranking video, and I was also leaning towards A at the beginning because I really like the way the team is, but a lot of what their video didn't focus on was every kind of like moves that they could have.
Yeah.
And not having that control, like when I was doing my match, I had Stealth Rocks up and everything, and they had a defog, but as soon as I killed their Frostmoth and they didn't have defog anymore, it hurt them a lot.
Yeah. The chip really adds up for sure.
Especially if you keep switching in to try to avoid me hitting you. It's gonna build up.
And look how much weakness we have to rocks as well. Weakness to rocks, weakness to rocks, weakness to rocks, weakness to rocks, weakness to rocks. You know, it's kind of bad actually. Not that the team is bad, but that weakness, like I would definitely, when they can Ori Coco learn defog? Ori Coco defog. Yes, it does. Okay, that's kind of huge.
So B plus.
B plus. We'll say B plus. High B. Let's see what.
Yeah, high B.
Let's see what Steve said about the team. So back to the Zekroms. Chien Pao and Arumage cover the Science special sweeper roles. SQ potentially Venomoth for backups whilst Aloma and Amoong providing annoying support because of Regenerate. Morgrim does pranks to things and gets screen up reliably. Orikoko is a niche late game sweeper and even has potential to counterplay because of popular dance setup moves. Team is really good on paper, but still requires careful play because of absence of hazard moves. Basically what we said as well. In terms of priority as well, we're only really seeing priority with Sucker Punch on Chien Pao, and Sucker Punch is arguably one of the worst priority moves. I would still keep it in the same thing, but it's something to note. Black Sea Zekroms, where is it?
So we put it on B at the front. Front
Yes.
B right
Front
now.
B.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Boston Braveries. We have Iron Tread, Sliverwing, Taurus Blaze, Gastrodon, Mismagius, Raichu, Mabosstiff, and Cryogonal.
Cryogonal's good.
Yes, Cryogonal. I still can't believe how good it is, and it keeps getting put in like C tiers in like every draft because it is an absolutely monstrous special defense wall.
Because it suffers from being ugly. It's an ugly Pokemon, so it gets undervalued.
Actually, true.
It's the same thing with Barbaracle, man. These are good ass Pokemon that are just not getting valued because Cryogonal looks like a dork.
It does look like a dork. Its niche is much less because he's got Iron Treads. Like Cryogonal is really nice for Rapid Spin. Although actually I don't know if it gets it this generation. Now that I think about it, it does.
Yeah.
Levitate is super nice. Obviously, any immunity is really nice. That's one thing. Like I will be focusing on in the tier list. Immunities are nice. We've got electric immunity with Raichu here, as well. Of course, Iron Treads having electric immunity. Gastrodon having electric immunity. You're not going to be comfortable using electric mons versus this team.
Cryogonal also is a darn good. Like he could Terra type electric. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. I like this team. This team's really solid. Gastrodon pairs well with Iron Treads, and Mismagius is cool. Yeah, I'm feeling solid about this one. They got some solid. The only the weakest point is probably Mabosstiff.
Yeah, my only Mabosstiff is definitely a weak point for sure. I like Mismagius, but I know Frostmoth is in the same tier, and I like Frostmoth a lot more. Not Frostmoth, sorry. Frostmoth is in the same tier. Frostlass is who I meant. It does fill different niches, but I suppose with the Cryogonal as well, and he already has the fire weakness with a lot of these mons actually. So I like the Taurus. Taurus is nice. We've seen Taurus doing work in the PTG draft.
It is definitely not a B tier mon.
I wouldn't put it at A tier though.
I think it's definitely A tier.
You reckon?
I think the amount of work I've seen Tauros do, at least in the PTG draft, I think Tauros is a lot better than people are giving it credit for.
People are judging it on old Taurus levels, that's for sure, and the new Taurus forms are kind of wild.
Yeah.
Sliverwing is kind of crazy as well. It's got stupid first impressions. The fact that
first impression doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure. And
I don't like the Slitherwing. I have sorry, Anders. I've seen you use it for a while. No.
Well,
its weakness.
You know, I traded out my Sliverwing, but that was in PTG where Sliverwing was an S tier. It's an A tier here, so
I don't think it's A tier.
You don't think it's A tier?
No, I would honestly put it at B, like high B. Its weaknesses are just too easily exploited. You have to Terra type it.
That's kind of true. Like, and if you're not killing with your first impression or U-turn and getting its speed, like obviously you're not getting the speed boost from the booster energy. The literal only way you can do that, I think, is by making a negative attack EV or nature, which is kind of wild. Actually, I don't even know if you can do that. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think Slitherwing is A tier. I think Slitherwing is a weak pick. That's like I've watched enough. So to put it into perspective, I watch a lot of YouTube about Pokemon. Slitherwing's got a bad rap. There's no way around it. It's just kind of like it would be good if its typing was better. The fact that it's really Terra type to be a threat makes your team more predictable and is kind of a weakness.
I like Gastrodon.
Oh yeah, Gastrodon's great. Gastrodon's so good.
The one thing I will say is having a 4x weakness to grass in a meta that you get stronger hidden powers on every Pokemon is kind of scary, because his only defensive mons really, I suppose you could count Iron Tread as a defensive mon, but he's got no recovery. Sliverwing is kind of bulky, but once again another 4x weakness with really common threats. I think
it's a flaw.
Yeah, the bulk here and Cryogonal, although yes, a special defense wall, Ice type is the worst defensive typing in the game. So his defense is like his weakest point for sure. Like Gastrodon. Sorry, what was that?
Cryogonal's base defense is 50.
Yeah, it's his special defense. Well, yeah, it's his special defense, which is the monstrous thing. You'd be relying on Iron Treads for the physical defense, and maybe a physically defensive boosted Gastrodon, right? I'm not as hot on this team as I was when I first looked at it. I really like Cryogonal. I don't like Raichu here. Sorry. Like, Raichu's really good in doubles. I don't think it does much here. There's so many better electric mons. I think...
I'm feeling C.
C? Really?
Yeah, like I'm judging this based off the teams and the averages, and like I don't think this one is as good as the last one by a pretty large margin.
We also don't have a dragon or a fairy type, so he's missing 2 out of the 3 of the standard core.
He's
wait,
we got
water type. Do we have a grass type? We got fire type. Yeah, quite a lot missing from that.
Like a that's cool. And Iron Treads gets rapid spin as well. Iron Treads is arguably like one of the best spinners.
Yeah. In terms of hazards, he's set. He's got stealth rocks. He's got spins.
He's good as far as hazards go, and like that's sweet. But his big power, like Tauros is good. Tauros is good, and I think Tauros and probably I think Tauros, Cryogonal, and Iron Treads are the highlights of the team, and I don't think those are great highlights.
Not only, but they're all physical. They're all physical investment, right? So in special, we don't get to special. Like, you could argue Gastro is special, sure, but like you're not going for it for its special attack. Mismagius is okay, but it's not like a sweeper or anything. I guess if you
Cryogonal special attack.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just like
I'm not as hot on this team as I was when I first saw it. Like the more
Yeah,
I look at it, the kind of less I like it.
yeah. Julianne, what do you
What
give us your take?
I kind of agree. When I was watching, I of course watched the theirs. When I was watching theirs, I feel like they put him a little bit higher than I thought he did, and he even agreed that this wasn't his best draft that he's done. So I feel like he also agrees with the fact that his team isn't the best this time.
Mm-hmm.
I also have to take out the fact that he is a good coach.
Yeah, there's no personal individual skill elements to this tier list.
Yeah,
it's pure team ranking.
But as a team, I don't exactly like it. Maybe high C for me. He does have a lot of like rapid spin and stealth rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, defense is kind of slacking.
Let's see let's see what our third, our fourth person says. Huge physical presence here. Special sweepers are also decent on top of stealth rock. Team has potential to just brute force people. Very few dedicated defensive options. Good player can still maneuver around the team and simply whittle them down into a late game sweep. Type diversity is good for coverage, but because almost all attackers, almost everyone is kind of just doing their own thing instead of actually having team synergy. Compared to, say, for example, a run or a same team, rain team. I kind of agree with that. What are we
solid,
thinking? Yeah. What are we thinking? B tier? C tier?
We're thinking C.
You're thinking C?
Yeah, Julianne said what? You said high C, right?
I said high C, low B, because in their draft they put him in A. I definitely don't think A.
Yeah. I didn't watch their video. I did see the tier list, but like I've deliberately tried to like blank it from my mind. So I literally only remember my placement, yours. I don't even remember Scrafty's, even though he's like my bro. So I'm trying to be neutral. Alright, Charm City, Charizards, Great Tusk, Gengar, Low Kicks. Oh my god, I love this team already. Florges, Vaporeon, Jump Fluff, Orichalcum, and Flapple. Okay.
I love this one.
I liked it at the beginning, and then I sort of like went,
You are underestimating. Those are some good low tier picks.
I like Flapple. I do like Flapple, especially in what do you call it? When you Terra it, it can do some crazy stuff with Terra. Low Kicks is also crazy.
Yeah, and they got the Gengar and the Great Tusk and the Oricorio. They got the Spinner. They got some hazards. Wait, who's their hazard setter? Yeah, Great Tusk. You throw it down.
Got Great Tusk. This is such a good first. Like,
which Pokemon? About. Let me tell you why that Pokemon.
I wish he had a Steel type, but then he's got Florges and Vaporeon. So at the same time, I'm like, I wish he had a Steel type, but at the same time, Florges and Vaporeon are like they're gonna fill every defensive role you need, right?
Yeah. How about you, Julianne? You got any? What's your first impression? We got first impressions. We haven't torn it apart yet.
Yeah.
Based on first impressions, I like the team a lot. I do remember Vaporeon putting in a lot of work last season, and of course that was doubles, but I don't know about Flapple either. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Just gonna check something. I can't remember if Flapple gets Roost. It doesn't get Roost, but it gets Gluttony and Ripen, which can be fun to play around with. Oh, this is another big thing I should tell you, Dev. Rest is banned in this draft, so like recovery is huge. It's more important than ever because like all the mons that you'd rely on rest can't use it in this draft.
Yeah, how often do you actually rely on rest, though?
Almost never, because I always have a wish pass. I try and always have a wish pass or something that can recover. But...
Yeah, like occasionally you'll be like, "Ha ha, resto chesto," to be like sneaky, but that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no Pokemon. There is no
that low kick is definitely a threat.
Oh, hey,
Oh, hey,
Grafty's is
Jake,
here.
what
Jake, way.
up?
We're doing
I feel like
tier
I
list.
feel like there could be some first impression action coming from that low kicks that you would have to watch out for.
Yeah.
Just saying from experience.
we were just this team is really good. Like genuinely,
That's
like
the team that beat me.
yeah.
I
I-
can understand why, Jake. I haven't seen your team yet, but like this team, just on paper, I love this. This is like my first, like, yes, this is a definite
Yeah.
solid A tier.
My team's kind of
leaning. Well, we're getting to your team next, Jake, but I'm actually even leaning towards S. I really like this team. We have such a strong physical attacker in Crate Tusk. Such a strong, and not only is it strong, but it's really fast. You need a good fast mon. So many people like have full teams with under 100 speed, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, Gengar is like super fast, super like strong special attack. Um, Also really good stabs, low kicks with that first impression, right?
Tinted lens, first impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then amazing wish passing.
The
and
defensive
bulk.
between Florges and Vaporeon is just not stoppable.
I'm gonna say
I am
this in terms
fan
of B tier defensive. This might be the best pairing in the draft. Like we haven't even seen the rest of the draft yet.
Like, I feel like Florges and Vaporeon are both like, I don't know. Specifically, I love Vaporeon. I've used it in multiple drafts. It is such a good defensive Pokemon. That Wish, that Yawn, that Protect, that
Yeah.
other, like, this, teams crumble to that. I like, again, yeah, this is a solid team. I'm not gonna go as far as S personally, just because, like, yes, I'm impressed. I am wowed. This team blows the first two out of the water. We're coming off kind of like mediocre teams to a big, really cool one, though. So I'll go A, maybe even A plus. But as a whole, like, yeah, this is solid. It's got the components. It's got the pits.
I wish he had a good Volt Switcher. He's got U-turn on low kicks.
Or Corico can
No, he
get
doesn't.
Volt Switch.
That's literally what I was just checking.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like a huge negative. It gets U-turn, but like, U-turn is.
Good.
What electric moves does Orikako actually even get? Wait, what? Oh wait, the Revelation Dance, right? Let's read Steve's thing and then we'll rate it. Decent balance here. Great Tusk and Gengar. Low kicks and Flapple are underdog threats themselves. Florges and Vaporeon provide ample support. I would say more than ample. I'd say excellent support. Jumpfluff and Orikoko shouldn't also be overlooked here. Jumpfluff is a very fast utility and has potential for setup. And Orikoko has Dancer potential against Dragon, Quiver, and Sword Stance, which is very true.
Yeah.
I'm thinking A tier. I would really like.
We'll put. Yeah, Julianne, where are you putting this?
I have been looking through like the moves for everyone, and I love everything that they have.
Yeah.
They have such a wide move pool. They have Wish. They have the U-turn. They have Rapid Spin, Rocks. They have serious control. I agree with A.
Jake, you're here.
Honestly leaning towards S. Like, I can't think of stuff I don't like. Like, S doesn't have to be perfect. It's really hard to get perfect draft in this draft because this, like, A and S are like limited 1 mon each.
I think that we put it at the front of A and come back later if there's not a better team.
It's definitely a solid team. I beat it once, but it beat me the other 2 times. It won 2 out of 3.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
I'm like, yeah, we'll keep it at A for now. Right.
Yeah, we can definitely come back and move things around.
Jake, your team. Chi-Yu, Goodra, Sableye, Fortress, Toxicity, Wigglytuff, Floatzel, and Ursaring. Okay.
That Scarf Sableye.
Scarf Sableye? What?
Yeah.
What do you
Get that Scarf Sableye stall tactics. Let's go, Jake. We practiced this.
I like Chi-Yu. It's obviously really good.
Chi-Yu is one of the best Pokemon. It literally just got banned.
Yes. I don't like Goodra. I know it's a controversial opinion. People hate me for this. I don't like Goodra. I think it's really overrated. Sorry. Forgive me. It's a decent special defense wall. And it's
Not
more than a
really.
decent special defense wall. It's
It's
insanely
not.
good.
It's not a wall. It doesn't have dedicated recovery, and without
Yeah.
rest, it has no recovery.
It has no recovery whatsoever.
Yeah. It's a special tank, a special defense tank.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. We have Sableye. I like Sableye. It's the best prankstermon, in my opinion, even without
like Sableye.
screens.
Fortress is solid.
Fortress is good. I like Fortress. Got Rapid Spin. Very weak to fire, and that's it. Toxicity is like good.
Does Ursaring work with Eviolite in this one?
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Wait, what? How?
Stantler, Dunsparce, and Ursaring all work with Eviolite now.
How can it work with
Hell
Eviolite
yeah.
when Ursaluna
Because
isn't in
they
the
have-
game?
I
They
looked it up.
evolved
It says it does. It works.
That's
Because it evolved that way.
crazy. That's
It used to work.
Wait, what?
works.
That's
Yes.
insane.
If they have a Syrian evolution, it works.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So it's got decent base HP, so you could actually legitimately run Eviolite Ursaring. That's hilarious.
That was the plan.
Yeah, I mean, you'd then be sacrificing both Guts and Quick Feet, which are amazing abilities. But base at 130 attack with an Eviolite is kind of fun.
You're not even necessarily sacrificing them. You can always just switch into a like an obvious status element.
True. This is that's a fun thing, and I do quite like Ursaring. I think he's a little bit underrated.
Yeah.
I don't
He's not
like
bad.
that you don't have any physicals until C tier though.
I
Floatzel-
don't like that he's going to have to rely on Sableye to set up rain for Floatzel.
How fast is Floatzel normally?
Not worth normally. It's like base 102.
No, that's well fast. It's 115, and he gets Wave
Oh.
Crush this generation, which is like insane.
Yeah. But, base 1. Okay.
That's
okay.
actually really
Yeah.
good. You can
Yeah.
at base 115. You can choice band that. You do not need the rain.
No, you need the rain.
You don't need the
I'm-
rain.
I did choice band with the rain, and it worked out pretty decent. Wave crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you set up the rain and then things get fudged.
Well, obviously it's better in rain, and Sableye is possibly the best mon that can set up rain that isn't Pelipper or Toad, right?
I would prefer a bomb that dies instantaneously after it sets up the rain.
I like Floatzel. It's probably one of the best C tiers. Like, I actually can't believe this is in C tier.
It got some big buffs this gen.
Yeah, Wave Crash is a huge buff on its own, right? Like, it's so much more powerful than Liquidation. I like him. I like him a lot. Wigglytuff is fine. There's so many strong ghost
good.
types this generation that having a normal type I actually think is a massive boon in this generation. Like we're seeing so many strong ghost mons like flying about. The Wigglytuff is nice. It's a good wish passer. No heal bell anymore. The fact that there's no heal bell this generation really bugs me.
Wigglytuff should not be overlooked for its offensive presence either. It has got the best coverage. And it's like, I think you're underestimating it. I've seen Wigglytuff, every time I've seen Wigglytuff drafted, it does work. It's one of the standouts of C tier, in my
I
opinion.
literally have Wigglytuff on my PTG team right now.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't think you know what I'm talking
I'm
about. I
underestimating
think
it.
you're underestimating it. You don't know what you're talking about, Andrew.
Fight me.
One thing I will say is just one of the rules that differs from like PTG, the multiple item clause that we're not allowed to have same items. Because like I really wanted to Scarf Toxtricity this past week, Scarf Boomburst, maybe Terra type normal. But then I also ended up wanting to Scarf Chi-Yu, so I ended up going with Chi-Yu instead.
It's so hard because Chi-Yu only has 100 speed, right? Like that's the
I have to.
yeah. But you're right. Toxicity, Scarf, Boomburst, normal Terra, it would be insane. It would hit so hard. Do you still get shift gear on Toxicity? I know loads of mons got like a lot removed, right? So do we get shift gear? Because if you still get shift gear, that's
Oh.
so
Yeah.
it still gets shift gear, so that's like nice. It's basically an agility, right? Because you're not going to use the attack if you're using boom burst.
Oh, bro, no, don't underestimate. Physical toxicity works.
Yeah,
I've seen it do work.
but punk rock, boom burst, normal terror is insane.
Oh,
It's like
True.
base 172 or something after all that.
Yeah. But I have to. I'm really. I don't know what to feel about the team. It's quite.
Yeah, I definitely want to make some changes when the trades come around.
No. Julianne, what's your opinion? You get first letter.
I get first letter. Why?
Why not?
Fair enough. I don't really like that there's not any like real ground coverage, I guess, because Toxtricity does have the 4 times weakness to it, and there really isn't any swaps for it. Like everything's pretty neutral to it, so that's one of my biggest takeaways, I guess.
Makes sense.
Which is super valid, because ground is one of the most common, especially since everything gets earthquake, right? Everything physical gets earthquake.
No, yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tear this team apart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine an Excadrill in sand versus this team?
Oh yeah, it's not good times.
No.
Thankfully, Excadrill's not Gen 9, right?
No, it's not. Yeah, sand this gen has been hardcore nerfed. I think like the only thing that can run it is like Houndstone. And like
Sand is like a complex maneuvering of your Lycanroc to endeavor things.
I don't know how to feel about this team. I'm really hit or miss in it. Sorry, Jake. Let's have a see what.
Yeah.
Special oriented team. Yep. Sableye Fortress, annoying support. Wigglytuff, Wildcard, Nichemon. Chiyu on paper will do most of the sweeping. With others will down enemy team. That puts pressure on keeping Chiyu alive and not being reckless in using terror or staying in. Good team, but requires good prediction to use its full potential. Valid.
Man, so if we were factoring in like coach skills and they were like, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Steve is right. This requires good prediction. I'm sorry, Jake. C tier. But
at least we have Wigglytuff as a wish passer.
Jake, you don't need to take that from me.
We play next week in PTG. I'll remember that.
Jake, just remember the Dev hasn't won this PTG season yet, and you've won almost every match.
And I technically haven't lost.
Yeah, you're doing good, Jake. I'm so proud of you. You're
we're proud of you, Jake.
Thanks.
But yeah, I'm gonna say this team is like a B tier.
Yeah, I say low B.
Like, not because there's like, it's not because there's anything wrong with it. It's just nothing stands out to me.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely need to make some trades when week 4 comes around.
Yeah, keep Chiyu. That much is up.
I don't like Gudra.
I think you need something that can. I think you need something that can handle earthquakes, because a good earthquake mod's gonna fucking thrash.
For sure.
I
agree with that.
I'm gonna say this, and I hope you don't get sniped by anyone who's watching this, but I only think a handful of people are gonna watch. Most people are just, let's face it, most people are just gonna watch their own team one, right? Jake, in A tier, Hippowdon is still free. Hippowdon does everything Gudra does, but better. There you go.
I do like Hippowdons. I have one in PTG.
There you go. Have 2 Hippowdons, and look how well you're doing in PTG. Right.
Hippowdon's so good. It gets Yawn. It gets Protect. It gets Slap.
Everything gets Protect. What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yawn Protect is such a good combo. Come on.
Chicago, Slowking, Garchomp, Tita, Reveroom, Espeon, Taurus Aqua, Flareon, Cacturn, and Dunsparce.
Did you put him on the tier? I didn't see it.
Huh?
Did we skip putting him on the list?
No. He said B
No? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's appropriate. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Go.
So, yeah, this is the team.
This is good. I like this.
You do?
Yeah, I like this team a lot.
This is lacking special. Its only special attacker is Espeon.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Is it?
Flareon.
That's
Flareon
fine.
is mostly physical. If you're using a special, it works, but like it's not
Not
optimal.
Garchomp and Tyranitar.
Yeah, I know you really like your Tita, and I really like my Garchomp.
Realistically, though, you totally make very valid points with Espeon being the only real special. Like, they're relying heavy on physical offense. Bear in mind, that does mean that most people are probably going to prep more heavily on the physical side. So, that one time you bring Espeon and get off a single Calm Mind, you're just going to tear somebody a new butthole.
It's hard to pull off Espeon, though.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Reverum. So we got good physical defenses here. Do we have any recovery on this team? Flareon doesn't get Wish anymore. Flareon's a good special wall when it used to have Wish, but without Wish passing, it's a lot worse.
Doesn't get Wish?
No.
Why did Sylveon get Wish?
Flareon. Oh, it does. I lied. It does get Wish. Okay, never mind. I take it back. It's a really good special defensive wall. People just see it's 130 attack and they're like, it's a physical attacker and nothing else. This special defense is like Slowking levels. Well, not quite Slowking levels. Actually, what is Slowking? It's like 130, right? No, it's the exact same, 110. So it's literally Slowking levels of special defense, which is kind of crazy.
Holds it back as far as like defenses go is it's like bad HP stat.
It's mediocre HP stat for sure. You definitely need to max the HP if you're using it defensively.
Yeah.
Also, if you're like running it defensively, you are always going Flash Fire because with Guts you're having to rely on Toxic Orb, because obviously you can't get burnt. Although you could do something really memey. You could go Guts with a Flare Orb and then Terra into a different type.
That's pretty good. I like that.
I mean, let's face it, that's not optimal, right? That's memey. But hey, there's an idea for you.
Sometimes a good Terra will throw everybody off.
Yeah.
Cacturn's garbage. There's no redeeming factors to Cacturn. Dunsparce is good. Dunsparce with the Eviolite is a defensive monster. I feel like this team's defenses are solid.
Cacturn is not awful.
Scroll down. What was the other Pokemon that I can't see?
Cacturn has 115 attack. And
what else we got on that team?
We got Dunsparce.
You still there? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah. Can you not hear us? Hello? Can you not hear me, Dev? Hold on. I shall continue the recording in a second.